Well, notice the clouds started to increase this afternoon. That's ahead of a cold front headed our way for the weekend. That's going to give us some changes to the forecast. We'll have all the details of what to expect coming up.
Right now on News Channel 6 at 4, Georgia's governor signs a bill that impacts Augusta, and how city leaders vote. We'll explain. Plus, a safe way to get rid of outdated and unused prescription drugs. It's happening this weekend. We've got the details. And April is Autism Awareness Month. We're breaking down the local resources to help families of the 1 in 36 children diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder. Your News at 4 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 4.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Jenny Montgomery. Coverage you can catch in Columbia County. It's expected to become part of Columbia County Parks and Rec by May 1st. County leaders hope for renovations to be completed by the end of the year. One person is behind bars in Aiken County accused of setting fires. 34-year-old Trevor Williams is charged with arson. He's accused of setting fire to a gazebo at the Sleep Inn on Monterey Drive on April 17th. He is also a person of interest in other suspicious fires that happened the same day. Deputies are now looking for that Chrysler 300. Contraband cell phones remain a big problem in South Carolina prisons. According to prison officials, more than 1,000 illegal cell phones were found in 2021. Today, a House Judiciary Committee is hearing from victims and supporters of a bill that would make inmate cell phone usage a felony. Federal prisons can use cell phone jamming technology. The FCC approved state prisons to apply for permits use of the new technology. South Carolina was the first state to apply, but it's still waiting on a timeline.
This will allow us to step back, put the technology in, identify where the phones are, ask the industry to turn them off, and then they will turn them off. It's hopefully going to be a seamless process.
Prison officials can send this unique information to cell phone carriers, and the phone can be taken offline. It is time now for a first look. In 38 states, it has been legalized for medical use, and 20 so far for recreational use. Tomorrow is the 24th National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day. Several locations in the CSRA are helping collect. Tiffany Hobbs has more.
The Drug Enforcement Administration and its partners will collect tablets, capsules, patches, and other solid forms of prescription medication.
The initiative started in 2010 as a response to the nation's drug overdose epidemic. The DEA asks households to remove unused medications to prevent misuse and help keep communities safer and healthier. Take Back Day offers free and anonymous disposal of unneeded medications at more than 4,000 locations nationwide.
We know that sometimes children get into medications, animals, whatever that may be, and we just need to, if you're not using it and it has no purpose in being in your home, it's supposed to go ahead and get it out, because if someone gets a hold of it unintentionally, thinks it's something else, takes too much of it, they can overdose, end up in the hospital, or whatever the case may be.
For more information on where you can drop off your unused medication on Take Back Day or any day during the year, visit us at WJBF.com. In North Augusta, I'm Tiffany Hobbs, WJBF News Channel 6.
The third annual Columbia County Spring Fair kicks off today. Sponsored by the Merchants Association of Columbia County, proceeds go to child enrichment, which helps children and families that have experienced abuse. There's a new youth attendance policy this year.
There are no backpacks allowed to come in. Kids 17 and under after 7 o'clock p.m. in the evenings needs to be accompanied by a parent. And we have partnered with our local law enforcement in an effort to provide a good, safe environment for the family to have fun here for the 10-day event.
Gates open today at 5 p.m. and tomorrow at noon. The fair runs until April 30th. Admission is $10. Children 6 and under get in free. Coming up, raising awareness about autism. It affects children around the world. How programs in our local area can help.
Men's clothing.
April is Autism Awareness Month, and local special needs organizations are sharing what they do to help people with the disorder and their families across the CSRA. Bria Smith has more.
According to the CDC, 1 in 36 children in the United States is diagnosed with autism, and the month of April helps to spread that awareness.
Able Kids is a service for kids with special needs that started in Augusta, and one of its important programs is applied behavioral analysis therapy. Even though autism awareness is highlighted this month, Blue Sprig's director says it's something that needs attention year-round. Both groups have the same goal, to make sure children with autism are able to interact with others.
The sooner statistics show you work with a child compared a 2-year-old compared to an 8-year-old, the effects that a 2-year-old is going to have, they're going to be more impressionable, right? With an 8-year-old, those behaviors have already been learned, so it's really difficult to break those habits. So the sooner that a child can come in and receive these services, the better, for sure.
People who work with children with autism and special needs say the best thing anyone can do is to properly educate yourself on how to deal with it. In Augusta, Bria Smith, WJBF, News Channel 6.
A new gene discovery for breast cancer. Indiana University School of Medicine scientists were looking for the reason healthy breast cells make the transformation to cancer cells. While comparing healthy and cancerous tissue, they identified a particular gene which is amplified in up to 30% of breast cancers. It's a discovery researchers say could ultimately help not only diagnose the disease early, but better treat it. Don't go away. Chief Meteorologist Tim Miller is up next with a look at your forecast.
Terry Lambert Hyundai.
Well, you are here on planet Earth. It is Earth Day coming up for it tomorrow, and it's a big improvement. Earth Day is, at least as far as the forecast is concerned, compared to what it was a few days ago. We're going to talk about that and the rest of your weekend forecast all straight ahead.
Now on News Channel 6 at 6, Columbia County buying a local swim and tennis club. Why some club members are concerned about the county's future plans. Plus, not only is tomorrow Earth Day, it's also National Drug Take-Back Day. We'll tell you where to take your unused and outdated medications.
I'm George Esplin Aiken. Earth Day, celebrating the beauty, the danger. Quicksand? Come on. Out there somewhere, your news at 6 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 6.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jenny Montgomery. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Coverage you can count on begins with Columbia County Commissioners unanimously voting to purchase Petersburg Racquet Club. The current owners have had the club, which is off the pass in Martinez, for 25 years. Hannah Latier has more.
The county is buying the club for $1.5 million through the Capital Improvement Fund, and they plan on making some changes.
Turning this facility into a true racket-type facility that's operated by the county and open to the public, anybody can use, but having clay courts that are a little bit of an anomaly in public facilities, having hard courts, you've got something for people of all ages to be able to enjoy.
The pool will be swapped out for pickleball courts. Scott Johnson says the cost of repairing and maintaining it would be too much.
With the rise of pickleball players and pickleball in Columbia County, we've gotten a lot of requests and demand for courts.
Some club members I spoke to who didn't want to be on camera didn't love this decision. A public pool in the county is a topic that's been discussed before.
Columbia County for a long time has contemplated whether or not we need a pool in Columbia County, some sort of public-type swim facility. Actually took that to the voters many years ago, and it was rejected by the voters pretty handily.
But others say the new courts and other improvements, like making them wheelchair accessible, could be just what the club needs.
This club is probably one of the nicest clubs, not only in the southeast but in the country. We've got 10 clay courts and 10 hardcourt courts. And with the addition of pickleball courts, I think it will make this club a better place.
However, they are concerned about possible membership changes, and the county is still working that out. The club is expected to become part of Columbia County Parks and Rec by May 1st. County leaders hope for renovations to be completed by the end of the year. In Martinez, Hannah Latier, WJBF News Channel 6.
Investigators are looking for a man in Maryland after the shooting death last month of an Augusta teenager. The U.S. Marshal Service says they are aiding in the search for Gregory Thornton. Take a look at your screen right now. Thornton is wanted for murder and several other charges in the death of 13-year-old Buddy Brown. Brown was shot to death outside of the Richmond Summit Apartments on March 28th. Police attempted to arrest him in Edgewood, Maryland Tuesday, but he got away. If you know where Gregory Thornton might be, call the sheriff's office. A suspect in one of the suspicious fires in Aiken this week is in custody. Trevor Williams is charged with arson in the third degree involving a fire that was set to a gazebo at the Sleep Inn on Monterey Drive. He's also a person of interest in other suspicious fires that occurred April 17th. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp is...
Weekend forecast is coming up.
Wow, spruce up your outdoor space for less this year at Carolina Pottery. Huge selections of quality all-weather wicker and polywood furniture, all at our everyday low prices. Visit carolinapottery.com or a store near you.
Jesse,
Time to win one.
indeed.
All right, thank you, Tim. We'll be back with sports right after this break.
If you think
Harder to get you the most money possible.
get the strong arm. Now, WJBF sports coverage you can count on.
A pair of local golf pros are picking up right where they left off in the second round of the PGA Tour's Zurich Classic. Playing as a two-man team, Luke List and Henrik Norlander were 3 under today, and they are currently tied for 5th heading into the third round. More on this throughout the weekend. In other golf news, one of the top high school tournaments in the South is teeing off at Palmetto Golf Club in Aiken. The 48th annual Southern Cross tournament has been won by several PGA Tour players in the past. This year we have South Aiken's Cameron Biddle putting from just off the green on the par 3 11th. He'll tap in for par and he's tied for 30th. Same hole, Spartanburg's Matthew Roth rolls in the birdie putt. Next group from nearly the same spot, Boiling Springs' Andrew Gregory with the short birdie putt. He's tied for 3rd at 1 over. More from South Aiken, a great chip from Miles Eubanks showing off the soft touch. He would get up and down for par. He's tied for 14th at 3 over. So now here's a look at the team leaderboard heading into the final round. Porter God, the 2022 team winners, are tied with AC Flora and Trinity Collegiate at the top. North Augusta is our local team as the final round tees off at 7:30 on Saturday. The Augusta Jaguars women's golf team still riding high after coming back from 5 shots down to win their 2nd straight Southland Conference title. The Jaguars were led by freshman Mirabelle Tang, who finished 2nd individually. Head coach Caroline Hegg talked about watching her team rally for the win and how it can help heading towards the NCAA tournament.
It was very rewarding, a lot of fun to be able to pull that off. I wouldn't say the first 2.5 days were a whole lot of fun, but we kept our energy up, and I had told my assistant, I said, I think we're going to be okay if we can just get a little momentum going in our direction. And it was crazy how fast it kind of swung in our favor, the final round. Really, we need to just keep building on what we've done all spring, which is focus on making progress in our individual needs and practicing the right way and putting in the work we need to do.
Next week, we'll hear from AU freshman sensation Mirabelle Tang as the Jags find out which regional they go to on Wednesday. Well, for the last several years, North Augusta has dominated the state in softball, including Region 4, but this season, Midland Valley is coming for the crown. On Tuesday, the Lady Mustangs beat North Augusta for the first time since 2006, and they show no signs of slowing down as they take them on again tonight. The two teams are tied for first place, and if Midland Valley gets the victory tonight, they will be region champions. That game starts at 7:30 p.m. at Riverview Park, and I'll have highlights for you at 11. And finally, over in Atlanta, the Hawks host the Celtics for Game 3 of their first-round playoff series. Boston leads the series 2-0, and that puts the Hawks in a must-win spot as no team has ever come back from a 3-0 deficit in the NBA playoffs. Game 3 between the Hawks and the Celtics will tip off at 7 p.m. inside State Farm Arena, and you can watch all the excitement on ESPN. I'll have highlights and reaction from Atlanta at 11. We'll be right back.
Ready to develop electrical engineers and maintenance technicians. Apply at solvay.com/career.
And finally tonight, Earth Day is Saturday, and our home is a beautiful place, but it can also be fraught with danger. At least we thought so when we were younger. Watch out for quicksand out there somewhere with George Escala.
Downtown Aiken, you need to watch your step, but not because you might sink in quicksand.
I ain't never heard of quicksand around Aiken. I'm pretty sure it is, though.
But anyone growing up watching old movies and TV shows might think you need to be on constant lookout for it.
We thought quicksand was going to be horrible. I mean, you were going to walk down the street and all of a sudden you'd disappear, or you'd be sunk up to your neck and need that branch to come down. We thought it was going to be horrible.
But on the streets of Aiken, there's little worry.
Quicksand, no. I'm from Buffalo. Snow, yes. Quicksand, no.
Not far from downtown is Hitchcock Woods, but if you enter this urban forest, you need to heed this warning sign. Yes, it says, danger quicksand.
It's not the quicksand that you'd see like in the old movies back in the olden days, or where you see the hats floating on top of the quicksand, but we do have a little bit.
The sign is really there to warn horse riders, but one Hitchcock Woods trustee almost went full Saturday morning TV one day.
I went down there one day and went up to my knees, but then I felt solid underneath.
But in the movies, he always sunk down.
Yeah, I was if I had gone up to a little higher than my knees, I might have become concerned.
The greatness of Hitchcock Woods with a little danger of quicksand.
Sure. I'm not surprised.
You should never be surprised by quicksand. Out there somewhere in Aiken, George Escala, WJBF, News Channel 6.
Martha Vandella's quicksand, 79 for the high tomorrow. Showers early, then sunshine by afternoon, and sunny looks to be nice, a little cooler.
And that is our report for now, everybody. Thanks for watching. News Channel 6 at 7 continues after World News Tonight. We'll see you again at 11. Have a great evening.